Hey guys, it is early December. The desktop product has been released, and we're getting a bunch of questions about this overtime reporting deal. So I thought I'd make a quick video on how it's entered. This is not tax training. This is not tax software or tax entry advice. That's my standard sort of disclaimer there. This is my best attempt to explain a somewhat challenging concept as simple as possible. Okay, this is not going to account for all the different scenarios in the world. This is just a real basic explanation to hopefully make it make sense. My fear is that there's going to be a lot of people making early mistakes, not understanding what is actually the deductible portion of the overtime amount, and they're going to be entering the entire overtime earnings, and it's going to be a mess. All right, we don't want to do 5,000 different amendments as the season goes on. So here's the basic concept. All right, in this scenario, I just made a little quick spreadsheet here. Our taxpayer made 67,000 and change. All right, they worked a total of 2,080 regular hours during the year. All right, their base pay rate was $27.37. So their base pay amount is this 56,929. All right. So obviously we can see the difference between their base pay earnings, the 56 and change, and the total uh, box 1 W2 earnings. All right, 67,193. That difference, doing just quick basic math, is $10,263. Okay. Now, the confusing part for most people is they hear, no tax on overtime, and they're thinking, well, these are the total number of uh, my total wages of overtime hours worked. Well, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the premium or the point 0.5 extra that you're paid for those hours. So you get paid your base rate of 27.37, and then you get paid an extra half of that. I can't do that math quickly. Whatever, 13 and 68 cents or some 9 cents on top of that. All right. So if I worked a total of 250 hours of overtime during the year, I then earned $10,263 worth of wages during that. But the premium portion, meaning the excess, is 1/3 of that total. Showing it a different way, the total of regular time wages earned during these overtime hours is 6,842 and change dollars, right? And that's simply just the 250 times my 2737 equals this 6842. Okay? My total hours of overtime earnings is this 10,063 minus my regular time gives me my deductible portion. So we're hoping that payroll providers provide, or your employers or whomever, provide a real clear description of this as far as what the deductible amount will be, and they're encouraged to comply or to provide that in this year. It's not mandatory, but in subsequent years for next year, there will be descriptions in certain boxes. I think it's box 14. There's going to be something like TT that will show the overtime hours that would be deductible. But in our scenario, total wages were 67,193. All right. Now, where do we enter that 3421 that's deductible? Well, we go to our deductions. We go to our additional deductions, Schedule 1A. We go no tax on overtime, and then we put in qualified overtime compensation included on Form W2 Box 1. The amount, not the total amount, the premium amount. So the 3421, right? Because this says, if you read it closely, the overtime based federal deduction pay and the amount beyond regular pay. This means overtime is any hour worked over the 40 hours in the work week at time and a half. The half pay premium portion is what is deductible. If your employer reports your total overtime pay to you, you will need to divide that amount by 1/3. All right. So this is the deductible amount that you actually get to write off. Hopefully that makes a bit more sense to you all. And this was actually a helpful little video. If not, as you were, and hope you guys have a successful tax season and a Merry Christmas. All the best.